Great, well today on Broadsword Ballistics we're going to be looking at a very nice new stalking rifle from Mauser. It's from their M18 range and it's called the Pure. And they call it Pure because, pure and simple, it's a simple, no-nonsense stalking rifle. And I've been stalking probably nearly, 50 years now, and I really appreciate just a rifle that gets the job done. You know, it's got what you need, which it works well. It doesn't have anything that you don't need to complicate things. And I think this is a really nice, well priced. In England it's 1,300 quid, which is really good value, sort of comparable to a Tikka T3X. You get the Mauser technology in their M18 range. Really, really nice. Weight on this model is 3.1 kilograms. You have an overall length of 40 inches, which is a nice length to have for a stalking rifle. You don't want it too long if you've got the confines of woodland stalking, which I do quite a lot of, and especially here in the UK where you put sound moderators on our rifles. Today, which we'll be testing the Wildcat Evolution, very, very nice. The over barrel, which goes over here, very good. It makes the whole outfit very nice and trim and not at all cumbersome at all. So it's called the Pure. So what makes it pure and how is it built? And let's go through each little section and we'll see how it works. Okay, well first up, and the most obvious point to look at, is the stock. Well, this being a stalking rifle or a hunting rifle, Mauser have gone for a beech laminate, which is a very good choice because, as we know, laminates are infinitely more sturdy and weatherproof compared to a standard walnut stock. They're layers of beech, they're epoxied together, and it's put together in a no-nonsense, pure sporting style. And what I do like about it is Mauser tend to sort of do these layers here on the laminate just a little bit different. So you do get a little bit of grain coming through, and it's finished off very nice and dark. Again, I quite like that, and it has a very non-reflective finish to it. Again, that's an asset when you're out stalking. You're not going to spook any game by reflecting light off a glossy stock. It's pretty neutral in its configuration, pretty ambidextrous to be honest with you. You've got a nice sort of neutral comb here, no cheek piece whatsoever. And what I do like about it is the pistol grip and the forend. They're nicely rounded, but they're full. I mean, I've got quite big hands, and that's actually quite a nice, fulfilling pistol grip here. And these are checkered, quite finely checkered here on the pistol grip and on the forend. And this is a nicely rounded forend, and it's also free floated for the barrel, which is nice. I do like that, it's very good. Length of pull is 13.75 inches, which is fine. I do like a longer length of pull just for my own preference, but that is more than good enough. And you've got a nice, you know, reasonably soft rubber recoil pad here, but more importantly, it actually grips and your clothing when you're actually stalking in the hold, but doesn't snag when you're trying to lift it up into the aim. So it's a really nicely put together stock. Interesting as well on here, there's no bedding really as such. There's no aluminium pillars at the back here. But at the front, what you do have is a metal separate recoil lug, which actually fits to the top of the action and into a slot into the reverse of the front of the stock here. So that gives you your recoil resistance and nice bedding. And interestingly, Mauser as well, they don't have separate screws which go up through the polymer floor plate here. They have studs which actually come down from the action itself, and then you have two little nuts, circular nuts with Allen head type tops to them, and you just tighten up to it, which is a nice little feature actually. It works very well, and you'll see later the accuracy. You know, you don't need bedding at the back of this. You know, I don't think it's going to improve it, to be quite honest with you. So that's the stock. It's a plain and simple stock, but it gets the job done. And you'll see later when we go stalking in Scotland after red stags, and we get a nice red stag, it was really wet and muddy, and it's got a lot of mud and rain on it. And look at it. This is afterwards. Absolutely perfect, no problem whatsoever at all. This is what you want in a stalking rifle in their stock configuration. Yep, similarly, Mauser have thought on their M18 actions here. They're going to do a decent length barrel, but not be too long. You've got a 20-inch barrel here, and this is in 308, so that's a great length. I mean, I would even take it back maybe 18 inches because you're not going to lose any ballistic performance on the 308 at that length. It's a nice, reasonably slim. It's a 17mm profile sporter, and it has, along with the action, this really, really nice black nitrided finish, and that, I'll tell you what, it is really resistant to scratches, knocks and dings when you're out in the field. It means with the laminate stock, when you're actually out stalking, you don't worry about the rifle. You don't want to be thinking, oh my god, scratch this, worry about the bluing. You just get on with it and concentrate on your field craft, which is the essence of a pure stalking rifle. So very, very nice. I do like the finish on this. It's a very, very wear resistant. Again, we said it got really wet up in Scotland, but it's now kind of an absolute treat. On the muzzle, it's nicely crowned at the end, and you have a 15x1 thread, so you can fit a cell module, as you said, Wildcat Evolution we've got here. 15x1 is a little bit old hat now, I guess. I think everyone's going 1/2 inch UNEF or 5/8 UNEF. But you know, fair play, it's 15x1. And no problem at all. It's a cold hammer forged barrel, which is really nice. So great accuracy, and you'll see that in the tests. Free shot groups are really, really good. And as you precluded to earlier, it's a free floating as well, which again, very good. Even on a bipod, you actually get free float there on the barrel, which is you know, indicative of giving you good accuracy, obviously, when you actually come out to field testing. Okay, so now let's go on and have a look at the action. Well, Mauser's M18 is a round type configuration on the bottom for bedding on their action. As we said, they have two studs which come down and actually bed it into the stock. And this one came with a Picatinny rail. And I think that's an optional action. I'm not too sure on that, but this rifle actually came with that on the test rifle. The bolt is absolutely lovely and smooth, as you expect on a Mauser. It's a 60-degree bolt lift, and that is because if you take the bolt out, you have the free lug arrangement here. And if you look at the back of the lugs, they actually bear very nicely into the abutments of the barrel, which means it locks up very tightly and precisely, which is what you want for accuracy. What I do like about this, again, it's black nitride, it's very, very tough. You've got this really nice straight bolt handle here and rounded knob. I quite like a straight handle. I don't know why, it just feels nice when you do it. You have a cocking indicator here at the back, but on the front you have a single claw extractor, but really, really impressively, you've got these two or twin plunger ejection system, and you'll see when we do the accuracy test next, oh my goodness, they really, really, really eject very fast and well. Now I reload my ammunition, so I had to go hunting for it in the shooting shed in Scotland. Anyway, that's the bolt. Really, really nice. I really like that. It's a fantastic system. And then what we have on the trigger, yes, the trigger is a direct trigger. It's a single stage, empty of course, single stage, and it's fully adjustable, and it's adjustable from 1,000 to 2,000 grams, and that equates in old money, because I'm old-fashioned, to £2 3 ounces to £4 6 ounces. And when we tested it on the Lyman gauge, it gave us £2 and 6 ounces, which is a nice stalking weight, and it's very, very precise and crisp out in the field. That's all you want. Very, very nice. I do like that. It's good. Safety wise, you've actually got these 3 position safeties. I know they're all the rage these days. So 4 position is fire. You go back, and that will be, you won't fire, but you can operate the bolt. And then fully back, you can't fire, and it locks the bolt. So it's there if you want to use it. It's very easy to use, and it's quiet. More importantly, it's quiet. So when you're out stalking, you won't actually hear it, which is nice. So. And then finally, the magazine. This is a little bit fiddly. You've got an enclosed or release button here, which you push, so it doesn't get snagged, but you've got to get your finger up in there, and it drops it. It's an all polymer magazine, 5-shot in standard calibres, and 4-shot in magnum, I believe. So that's not going to rust, and with the polymer floor plate, that isn't going to go anywhere or rust either. Very nice. Fed fantastically. It's a double stack, but when you put it back in, I found it's best to put the back in and then click the front. Can you hear that? So do that again. Because out the field, if you put it straight up, it didn't always want to go in. Yeah, oh, it did then. So that's just what I found. To put it up like that, put it back, and just click it up. I just found it's a lot easier. Anyway, well, that really is the M18 Pure from Mauser, and I think it's going to be a smashing stalking rifle, because I think it's got everything you want, nothing you don't want. It's a good price point. We're going to take it shooting with factory like we usually do, see how it actually performs out in the field, and then we're taking it red stag stalking. Okay, we're going to do our usual, our customary factory ammo test first, and we've got some Norma 170 grain tip strike. Slightly heavier, so that might be quite good because we're up here in Scotland. Hopefully we may get a red, you never know. And they fit in nicely into the polymer magazine, which just clips up, and then you clip it up at the front here into the latch. Lovely smooth bolt, and we'll just see what the velocities are here. 100 yards, we'll do a 3-shot group as usual. I like the pistol grip. It's very, very full for my big hands. It actually feels very natural to hold, actually. I really like it. Here we go. 2549. Incredible injection there, wasn't it? That's the twin plunger ejectors, sorry. Oh, that's bob in the centre. 2530. I'm going to have to look for my brass for reloading later, aren't I? Oh, it's not bad. Here we go, last one. 2545, and we've got, oh yeah, that's under a minute of angle, so that's very good. Okay, let's crack on. We'll do one of my favourites. Again, this is a 308, slightly lighter, 123 grain, and that's from the Game Head, the Seiko. And these, I really like these. These really shoot really nicely. I use them in a lot of my own rifles if I'm not reloading for them. They just seem to work very nicely. And if you're doing a non-lead free load, they do work incredibly well, and they're always accurate. But that might be the kiss of death today. You never know. I'll keep my mouth shut. But anyway, in we go. Straight in, clip at the front. Nice low bolt angle here because of the free lug arrangement at the front, and very being Mauser, very, very smooth. Okay, here we go, target number 2. Oh yeah, much higher velocity, 2854. Oh, off to the right, that's interesting. 2847. Here we go, one last one. 2858. And that is, yeah, built about MOA, which is not bad, is it, for factory? Okay, then we'll crack on with one more final lead cord bullet. Okay, moving on, we can say we've got the final one, and that is the Hornaday SST bullets. Again, gone a little bit heavier on this. I'm not sure why, just with Mausers I seem to think they're designed to shoot heavy bullets. Maybe that's from the old military style days. But we're here with 165 grain SSTs. And again, we'll see how that shoots. Oh, it's a super slick bolt, isn't it? I mean, I wouldn't expect anything less, to be honest with you, from Mauser. Here we go. Recoil right in line. God, that ejection's unbelievable. 2763. I think that's gone right through the ball. 2740. And the final one. 2774. Right, there we go. We gave it a quick barrel clean. It's always good to do that between lead cord and copper, because it does put different deposits into the barrel and it can make a difference. Not all the time, but let's just do it for good practice. Anyway, let's go on to the Seiko Powerhead blades, 162 grain. Again, Seiko blades, lovely calibre in 308 and 6.5 have we seen in the test. Interested to see how these velocities are on these as well, actually, because they always shoot well. They all seem to be shooting 2513. 2523. Last shot. Oh, I went low. 2537. Okay, and then finally we've got 2 more lead-free loads. This is Winchester's Extreme Point, which is an all copper bullet, and the weight on that is 150 grains, which is a nice normal 308. Again, these are well priced, and they shoot not too badly. I mean, it depends what gun you've got. Let's be honest, with you, copper can be very, fickle mistress. So that's why we do it. Just check. Get nice and steady here. Again, normally velocities on these are quite good actually, but we'll see. Let's have a look. .2608, so that was actually a little bit lower. I went quite high, blimey, okay. 2638. Oh yeah, not so good. 2595. Okay, and finally we've got Gecko's lighter 136 grain lead-free bullet, and these are quite good for small species deer. I've used them for roe. Let's see how these group. Again, they can be a little bit fickle. 2739. I think they're quite high. Oh yeah, I did go quite high. 2716. It's quite consistent. Oh my god, right, okay, keep quiet please. 2732, let's have a look. Minute of angle, just less. I mean, there you go. You never know, do you? Oh, there he is. Right, he's gone down. Lovely. Oh, that's good. Excellent. Oh, the old bones. Well, there you are. We're up in Scotland testing the Mauser M18 Pure. And as I think we said before, it's pure and simple stalking rifle. And it's got the job done, hasn't it? It's absolutely fantastic. We were out. It's a horrible morning this morning. It's sort of drizzly and dreek, as the Scottish say. It's wet underfoot, which is quiet when you're stalking, which is very, very nice. And these two stags were up on the lock here behind feeding. I positioned myself on the edge of the forestry early this morning. I just it was getting light. I knew which way they'd come. There's a little sort of deer rack through here. They hopped into the field here, came up 135 yards away. And the Mauser M18 Pure got the job done. It's fantastic. We've got some nice venison tonight. And what I like about this rifle is, it is pure and simple. It's just a fantastic stalking rifle. There's no nonsense. It just gets the job done. I like the laminate stock, especially in these conditions where it's hot, cold, and there's moisture. It won't warp. It's spot on accuracy, as we saw. Fantastic accuracy. Really good finishes against this horrible weather. Nice and quiet as well with that Evolution Wildcat sound moderator. That was fantastic this morning because the other stag, although we shot this one, he was hanging around. He didn't know where that noise came from at all, which is very, very nice. And my Rossi did the job done. It's a lovely rifle, really well priced as well, and it just has the features, all the features you want. There's no features you don't need, and that's what I like about it. It's just a pure hunting or stalking rifle, and that's the M18 Pure. Anyway, I hope you like that. We're going to take this off now. It's quite a long track back, but I'll probably drop it down to the lock side. We'll granite it, and we've got some venison tonight. So hopefully you've liked the review on the Mauser M18 Pure. If you do, please like and subscribe, and we shall bring you some more content in the future.